What does the Silent Hill F steelbook cover mean? Where did Hinako's face go? Hello YouTube, my name is Chowder, and for weeks we have been looking for any and every clue to uncover more lore. Now give me a second and let me speculate. If you spotted the steelbook edition for Silent Hill F, you may notice the cover showcasing Hinako-san's face. That's right, that thing is completely gone. And when I saw that, I said to myself, now, knowing Konami, that's gotta mean something. Believe it or not, there may actually be some hidden meaning behind that grotesque imagery, and we're gonna dive in and discuss the possible implications that her unnerving, faceless depiction has, and how it can tie into the character study of Hinako Shimizu. Also, before we begin, make sure you subscribe right now if you're a fan of Silent Hill. This is the place to be. We also play every other survival horror title under the sun. And if you enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our daily streams. With all of that in mind, let's get to it. Our first look into Hinako's facelessness will mainly focus across the theme of loss of identity. This may reflect on her struggle with her individuality and self-worth. Hinako often keeps to herself, with her own true friend being Shu, as most of the other related cast of characters begin to drift away from her and eventually begin to despise her, further driving her into solitude. Set in 1960s Japan, Hinako's facelessness may also point to a critique of the era's treatment of women, becoming a haunting metaphor for how society erases women's identities in favor of obedience and conformity. In addition to the rigid gender roles and social expectations Hinako is pressured to follow as a girl growing up in this time, she sits in the shadow of her looming arranged marriage. The Hinako she has grown up knowing is slowly morphing into a faceless daughter to be married off with no agency. Her faceless form can visually demonstrate how she feels unseen, unheard, and stripped of basic control to choose her own fate. Whether this outcry is stemming from the turmoil in her friend group, arranged marriage, or past family drama is yet to be fully verified. However, each of these can be seen to give Hinako a repressed perception, creating her bleak sense of self-worth as we know it. Let's look at Hinako's friend group. According to her diary, she seemingly had a decent and balanced relationship between her friend group, which does seem odd to say considering it does not feel that way during the gameplay and cutscenes of Silent Hill F. Only in the letters do you see the truth behind what happened before the game started. We also have Shu, who is subtly peer pressuring her to take the red capsules, fully knowing the harmful implications. Next up is Rinko, who is initially friends with Hinako but creates a rift due to her jealousy at Shu and Hinako's relationship. This sprouts up likely due to the effects of puberty and Rinko's crush on Shu. And last but not least, we have Satsuki, a girl whose dark inner pole created the separation felt between her and our main heroine. All of these factors combined further fuel the fire that we are trying to set regarding the lore implications of the faceless Hinako. Now in another light, I can see this depiction representing her internalized shame and emotional repression. A long time ago, Hinako's once cheerful attitude shined through her vivid imagination and desire to make friends. However, as time went by, Hinako grew up alongside familial abuse and massive societal expectations. These contributed to her eventually repressing her true self and apparent conformity shown in the Fox ceremonies, leaving Hinako reclusive and emotionally muted. Ergo, the faceless nature of the image. This certainly wouldn't get any better upon realizing she may have murdered all her friends, coupled with overuse of Shu's pills. Everything combined leaves a blank and exposed visualization of Hinako as she unmasks her psychological cavity, feeling nothing inside. The way she very well may see it, she no longer recognizes herself as Hinako, especially after meeting her other personality from the other world, restored right in front of her. Does she see herself as Hinako? Does anyone? You still have wings! Oh shit! Oh, there it is! Faceless Hinako! Oh! There it is. Now this idea we have been exploring regarding Hinako's faceless image and how it ties to her identity shows a continuation when we look at the benchmark of Silent Hill, that being the immense trauma experienced by every single protagonist in the main series. As we know, the red flowers known as spider lilies represent death, but in some cases can also exhibit Hinako's specific brand of her own wrangled turmoil. And I see this detail as an important feature to pay attention to, and here's why. In all the depictions of Hinako missing her face, she'll usually be surrounded by either red spider lilies, or the occasional white variant, which is believed to be the origin flower and the cause of her hallucinations, the white Claudia. As I've made myself clear throughout this video, I wouldn't call the image of Hinako a simple metaphor. I believe there is more to it, because what spawns from the background details all come from her inner psyche. Which is ironic, since as we know, previous protagonists like James Sunderland has a manifestation of his trauma in the embodiment of the striking and iconic Pyramid Head. Similarly, Cheryl Mason and Travis Grady are both seen also to have manifestations of their respective trauma, both in the personification of a duplicate of themselves that Cheryl actually combats in a boss battle, and Travis sees himself in a horrific mirror. Hinako is no different, as she also incorporates this angle with both the red spider lilies and her disturbed faceless image. Other than her past uneasiness being seen as a burden of a daughter, her biggest traumas and fears are being forced to suit the role of a wife against her will. Ergo, not being seen as the person with her own best interests and set forth. She is tangled down by her own destiny, thus robbing her of her face. See, look, I pointed this out. Look at that. In our faceless video, I think I mentioned this. This mural of him ripping her face off. Very strange indeed. Now, a lot of this video was mostly a character study, kind of diving into what we think certain things within the universe mean, because for one, we know Konami and Silent Hill do not put anything in these games by accident. Everything is on purpose and with intention. But this is all from my mind based on an image I saw and how it would tie into the game. If you have any other ideas that you think might be cool or something in here I might have missed, let me know down in the comments. All right, everyone, that's gonna do it for me. My name is Chowdy. We stream every night at 7:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern. Also, make sure if you haven't, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for our next Silent Hill lore breakdown video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Later.